Come on, baby. What's up, everybody? I'm Jeff talking in that singing voice. All right, you guys, this might be a super long episode because I am near the end of this motherfucking book. So, Book 6, Chapter 5, Portillion. Portillion touched the statue as the men unloaded it from the pallet. She was still beautiful, dark and violent looking. His skin crawled as he stroked it. The voice raged in his mind. He did his best to stay calm. He lifted his hands, the power lifting the statue high into the air. He closed his eyes and picked up his farsight vision from a point well above his head. He steadied his breathing and focused intently as the statue moved into position. Once it had risen to the gate's highest point, he spun it around and nudged it feet first towards the opening of the weird red egg-shaped recession. He slid the statue into the red goop, and it slipped into... He slid the statue into the red goop, and it slipped into obscurity. The egg's strange membrane stretched in around it and filled with a pale red light. Then the other chambers followed suit. A deep, unnatural redness imbued and infused every part of the gate. It was time. Portillion waved up Grundle. Grundle knelt beside the control switch, attuned it to his shield arm's unique frequency, and began sending it power. The gate responded by thrumming with its own energy. A shield of pale pink surged into view around and in front of the gate, centered on Grundle's position. Ayanna walked forward and held beside Grundle. The crowd hushed as Ayanna said the words. Ancient conveyance, we command you to affix yourself to this place, to reveal your original home to us, that we may unite these two long divided realms. Open yourself to us in the name of Zora, the just, the merciful. Blessed be her name. The gate began to grow. Impossible, of course, and yet soon the entire world was within the gate's borders, and it was still growing. Somehow the gate seemed intent on dwarfing the presence and power of all who stood before it. And then, as if it had never been thus, the image ended. The gate was open. The world beyond looked very much like this one. Barillon climbed the stair, joining the three heroes. Friends, the work has begun! Somewhere, deep inside the young wizard's mind, somewhere deep inside the young wizard's mind, an unholy horror roiled with fury. Fuck yeah. Chapter 7, Reynold. think it's Reynold. Oh, it's Stargazer. Chapter 7, Stargazer. You've done well, Reynold. You've done well, Reynold. The charming colonel smiled, smoothing his chocolate brown suit. His dog, an ugly, short-haired terrier, lapped at his fingers. Marissa Stargazer drew in a breath from a long glass pipe and exhaled. Smoke drifted across the office floor, stretching its tendrils throughout the room. My lady, it is my honor to serve at your behest. She walked to the window and took in the view. The Tower of Justice, the office building she'd donated to the church, was in ruins. Thin puffs of smoke still rose along the length of its spine, teams of firefighters doing their best to douse various parts of the structure. And the gate, if it hasn't been opened yet, it soon will be. Excellent. And my daughter? She's still in the running, although with her entering the gate, her chances may be lower than expected. And my granddaughter-to-be? Reynold chuckled to himself and picked a bit of lint from his slacks. Your son has fulfilled his destiny. The seed is laid. Stargazer took up a book from her desk and flipped through it. Wonderful. This child will be a welcome addition to our family. She moved to Reynold, caressing his cheek. And once the royal family has been removed, the path will be set for our ascendance. Reynold smiled. He gripped her hand, kissed it, then guided it to his open collar. My darling, your plans have plans inside them. You are truly a master of secrets. She smiled, dropping to her knees before him. She slid open his jacket. That I am, darling. That I am. Ayana's mom is a freak. Oh, shit. You don't even know, y'all. I've got 2 and mostly the third more books. 3 more books to go. Chapter 8, Joran. His heart was beating fast now. Whatever was coming through the gate was unlike anything he'd ever seen before. It was black, inky, but prismatic like an oil slick. It had a mind, that much was clear. It was a bit like Sophros, in that it made you feel included in some kind of communication, but it was darker, probing, manipulating his emotions. He feared it was too powerful, that it would rear up suddenly and destroy everyone. Instead, it settled into a flat, circular shape with a single humanoid figure hovering inside. Its shape was vaguely female. Grundle waited, a nasty orb of pulsating orange energy floating around the fist behind his shield. The thing spoke, too loudly at first, then at a comfortable volume. Greetings, friends. I've been waiting a long time for your arrival. Wait, I pronounced arrival weird. I've been waiting a long time for your arrival. There is one who calls to me, who shares with me her experience. Everyone looked around. Was someone here communing with this creature? It continued, "My name is Felista Giran. I was once like you, a human, with the same thoughts and desires a human enjoys. However, once I agreed to enter the world of otherness, I began to change. What you see is merely a glimpse of what I am. In the other world, I am very similar to you. I welcome you to our world, and I honor your sacrifice. Let all who wish to see my domain enter. We have much to teach each other. The gates of heaven are once again alive. Learn their secrets, and you will rule the Learn their secrets, and you will rule the galaxy. Abuse them, and you will surely fail." The crowd murmured. Aeona turned to Barillon, then back to the creature. "We come in the spirit of peace and harmony. We wish only to learn and to gain insight. Our primary goal is to rid this world of evil. It is believed that you can help us." The creature pondered the statement, then responded, "We can indeed. Come, let us commune." The army began to march. Grundle eased his shield to let them pass. Reynold stepped in behind the front line and beckoned Aeona to join him. She did so. Jorn just stood there, incredulous. He couldn't comprehend why they were trusting this thing. How could they know she was anything but a monster? And who was this woman who foretold their arrival? Barillon? Aeona? Her friend June? Strange. Suddenly he wished he was going. He started muscling his way into the group. He shouted after Aeona. Portillion and the Stargazer boy were moving forward behind the soldiers, a line of priestesses and guardians behind them. "Grundle, wait!" Barillon moved to stop his charge. "Mr. Barlow, I thought we'd said all our goodbyes." Jorn tried to stay calm. "Goodbye? We barely said hello. I want to know who the creature was talking about. Who is she?" He made oversized quotation mark shapes with his fingers. Barillon caressed his chest. "I'm not sure what you mean. She was speaking of Aeona, of course." Jorn held her wrist. "Was she? Or was that your assumption?" Barillon looked to the crowd, squinting. She turned back to Jorn. "It's too late. The boy is through." Jorn sighed. Line after line of travelers entered the gate. Before he could take a breath, Grundle's massive head was obscured by shadows. It was indeed too late. "Let me go. I'll alert them." She held his arm and stared at him. He felt a passion surge within his lower half. "Your place is here. We need you." "Need me? For what?" Jorn seethed with anger, but held it in check. He studied his own mind, tried to understand what he was feeling, and whether Barillon or the weird gate creature was making him feel this way. He felt adrift, lost in a sea of emotion. And with that, she was gone. And the she in this case was most definitely Aeona. So that's fun. Oh man, did I miss one? Damn it. I think I missed one. Portillion opens the door. Unholy fury. Did I do Maki? No, I skipped this one. Okay. Darling Maki, tell me what troubles you. Kijan spoke from beyond. Kijan spoke from beyond the veil, his sultry voice ringing from the magical silver plate before her. She was quaking with anger. We were betrayed. Clearly, someone spent the money to stifle our efforts. Moments passed. Strange that you had not considered the possibility. Perhaps your plan was too ambitious. Maki hated being called out. Unfortunately, Kajan was probably correct. She could have used her powers of disguise to infiltrate the tower, kill the boy, and escape without incident. She'd tried to do too much, to take on all the heroes at once. She hadn't considered San Demon. The old bastard was a wild card she couldn't The old bastard was a wild card she couldn't have anticipated. The Thermopylaean captain. He rescued them at the last minute. I failed to anticipate his involvement. An interesting development. I was under the impression that the Avandi was fully on board. Maki was seething. She'd put so much effort into the operation, spending Marshall's money with abandon. The old bitch was going to be very unhappy. But at least she could take pleasure in the fact that the disgusting woman's tool didn't perform according to plan. Tell me, Maki, whom do you suspect subverted your efforts? She half wondered if the Avandi had second thoughts. The inclusion of San Demon and the other heroes suggested that she might have intended for the whole thing to unfold as it did. But why? How much money would the Avandi spend to weave such an elaborate plan? No, it had to be someone else. Someone powerful and well-connected. Someone with the ability to move the Shadowin and manage the police. Someone local. When she found out who it was, she would spare no expense. Death would be swift and bloody, and she wouldn't waste time playing it safe. She would be merciless. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter that I skipped that one. It doesn't have to be in order. That's a villain. All right. Epilogue. I think it's the epilogue, right? Yeah. Epilogue. Creel. Yes, master. Your protege seeks vengeance. She will come for you eventually. It is no matter. My powers are near total. She will not obscure my path. No. The gates are open again. The old powers are bound to return. You may find yourself overmatched. Perhaps I live on a knife's edge, driven by passion. If I am to fail, what of it? Life is but a series of moments. One moment, I will be gone. And your plan to seize your homeworld. It proceeds. With the forces I have been given. With the forces I have been given, I will overwhelm their defenses. All will fail before me. I will be as a god. You threaten my place, then? Wait. You threaten my place, then? If you were vulnerable, my master, I would. But your power is total. I am merely a slug in your sight. A slug knows its limits. True. You always have an answer for me, master. Yes. Indulge your passions, friend. You deserve to be happy, if but for a short time. I honor you, my master. The end. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. So that was that. That's the end of the book. That's the last part of it. One villain is shamed, the other one is chilling. Chilling exactly like a ruthless villain, shockingly enough. I wrote some extra stuff, but I don't know how much of it matters. I was kind of like, well, answering questions, and I thought I would do it like character by character. So at some point, I might read these extra chapters that I wrote. Let's see. Oh, this is one where Ayana dreams of this horrible demon who challenges her, and then let's see, next is when she finds out what they're gonna do with the statue. Barrelon like turns on a dime and turns out to be pretty cool. Um, let's see, talk about killing demons. And then I did one with Grundle. Let's see, what's he doing? Oh, that's where they have a really touching moment where like she asks him to spend the night like to protect her. He's like in a chair, and that's when you realize like he's hopelessly in love with her. She's probably got something going on with him, and it's really cute. Um, these are like deleted scenes on the DVD. Like I might do those, but anywho, that was the book. A whole lot of threads untied, a lot of questions unanswered. So a lot of my next edit is going to be answering those questions or deciding which of them to answer. And honestly, the way I do this is generally to read the sentence that I'm looking at and then go, do I add it here or start a whole new chapter and plug it in somewhere? And that's more my style. So there might be a lot of new chapters because I have a really hard time just going, I'm going to put it there. And then because I feel like some of the juice gets taken out of it. So anyway, that's my writing process. Thanks for listening, you guys. Check out my podcasts. Everything is Awesome is an arts and interview show where I interview an artist, often a writer. We talk about important events, feelings, trauma. We just get real, and sometimes we share our work, talk about writing. I'm looking for a co-host right now, so I'm auditioning. If anybody wants to send in their audition, send it to everythingisawesomepodcast@gmail.com. And I also do a couple actual plays. Shattered Worlds RPG, which is set in the world of this book series, and The War for the Tower, which is set in the world of Stephen King's Dark Tower. I also do a couple of improv shows. One is short form, just kind of friends goofing. Sometimes we do musical episodes. That's Good Idea, which is what you say when you say that somebody has a good idea. It's a philosophy, design, comedy show. It's great. And then Something Wonderful Right Away is a very ambitious, long form improv show. It's funny. You will never find anywhere else. It stands alone. We've been rehearsing for months, me and Charles and Andrea and Aiden. It's just, we're good and it's hilarious and you're gonna love it. Something Wonderful Right Away. The first 11 episodes or so are great. They were like our first big idea of having a bunch of people come in and out. But this next phase is like 4 of us just killing it, and we're gonna have guests and stuff. But anyway, check that out. Go to my website, awesomepod.squarespace.com. And on Twitter, I'm at LFA Tacoma. Podcasts are Shattered Worlds is SWRPG Pod, and Everything is Awesome is at EIA Podcast. So tell your friends. You want to do a sensitivity read? You got any notes? You want to help me write some comedy? I can pay market rate for folks. Preferences to people from marginalized groups. You know the deal. Help us make the world a better place. Clean up the environment. Get the liars and thieves out of politics, and defund the police. Let's do it. Come back for the second book in the Shattered World series, The Serpent's Kiss. It's going to be great. All right. I think I might come back for like a recap episode. Maybe I'll take some notes of this experience. But yeah, if you guys send in questions anytime, I'll be happy to go over them with you, think about stuff. I'm looking to see if I have any good summaries or anything. Oh yeah, here we go. I did a little thing about the villains. Creel, motivated by challenge, fun, and conquest. Marshall, motivated by power, wealth, and domination. Mbisa, motivated by desire to defend her family and increase her influence. Maki doesn't know what she wants to be useful, love of her mother, perhaps. Faline needs to serve a charismatic leader, needs to feel important, special, powerful, needs to excel, to have her name feared. Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all. Man, it was good. It was really good. I feel like if it wasn't my first book, like I might make it longer and have more of a third act. Um, but it just sets everything up so nicely. All the main heroes survive. 2 captains buy it in sacrificial ways. It's exactly how it should go down. Um, man, some touching shit going on. Joss and Numerius are getting along weirdly. We don't exactly know why Aeon and Portillion have to do this. Like, what's the point of these gates? Where do they go? What's in there? I haven't really said much of that other than in these extra chapters I wrote. So yeah, maybe on the next one I'll just read those like deleted scenes. Um, or maybe pick one, the most interesting one. Yeah. Like, what are they going through that gate for? You'll find out next time, baby. All right. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. You're the best. Take it easy. Bye. Peace.